Good morning, guys. So, I think everyone is enjoying the holidays at home, and since you are getting enough time, I think you people must use the time to either update your knowledge or to gain some knowledge in your own subjects, for which I have given you different links of NPTEL videos, or you may brush up what you have learned in the current semester. I mean the fourth semester, what you have learned, you can revise that. So anyway, use the time fruitfully. Okay, so from today onwards we will be starting a lecture series on the fluid machinery. So let us check till where we have completed. So I think the 1 and 2 we have completed almost all, and the third module some of the things are left. I mean the NPSH, then type numbers, and pumps in series and parallel operation we have done. Then performance characteristics, specific speed we have done. Then this shape numbers, then impeller shape based on shape numbers, etc. we need to study. That anyway we will do later. Now let us start a new module, which is the fourth module and which says about the reciprocating pump. Okay, this one, reciprocating pump. So we will be learning about reciprocating pump from this lecture series onwards. Okay, so let's go straight to the topic, reciprocating pump. Yes, so module 4, reciprocating pump, and this one will be the first lecture. Now what are the contents in this lecture are recap on the pumps, then definition of reciprocating pump, then diagram of reciprocating pump, and finally parts of reciprocating pump. Okay, now recap on pumps. So what are pumps? Pumps are defined as hydraulic machines that convert mechanical energy into hydraulic energy. So in the bracket it is given it's pressure energy. So we know that the water or any fluid has certain kind of energies, and if it is water we call it hydraulic energy, and this hydraulic energy includes this potential energy, kinetic energy, pressure energy. I mean they are dominant ones, right? So a pump can be called as a hydraulic machine that converts mechanical energy into hydraulic energy. And actually what form of hydraulic energy? The pressure energy. So a pump can be called as a device or a machine that converts mechanical energy into pressure energy. So let me just give you a general idea on pump. So a pump transfers water from a lower reservoir to a higher reservoir, right? See, if you see this diagram, this is a centrifugal pump, and we have learned this diagram. A pump transfers fluid from a lower reservoir. You see, this is a lower reservoir here, then it transfers it to a higher reservoir. Yes, that's true. Now if it was for a transfer of fluid from a higher to a lower reservoir, you don't need a pump, because this is the rule of nature or law of nature, that the fluid will always flow from higher reservoir to a lower reservoir. You don't need to put any effort to make this flow to happen, to flow from a higher reservoir to a lower reservoir. So a pump transfers water from a lower reservoir to a higher reservoir. Now water moves from high pressure to low pressure. Yes, true. Why? Water, we know that water moves from high pressure to low pressure. Water or any fluid moves from high pressure to low pressure. It doesn't do the opposite. Okay. So to move water, we must create pressure difference. Yes. So for to transfer water from a lower reservoir to a higher reservoir, the first thing that we must do is to create a pressure difference. So this is what a pump does. A pressure difference is created for the movement of water from a lower reservoir to a higher reservoir. So let's divide the flow path of water into four major parts. What are those? A point A, which is a high pressure region, then point B, a low pressure region, then point C, a high pressure region, and point D, a low pressure region. So let's look at these 4 points in this diagram. So we know that the flow path of water is from this reservoir through this pipe, this suction pipe, then it reaches the pump, then it reaches through the delivery pipe, it reaches the area of requirement or the high reservoir. So when we see the path, we clearly see that this is a point A where the pressure is high and this is atmospheric pressure, right? Then it comes to point C, which is a low pressure region, and then it comes to D. Sorry, if if the name that we have allocated in the previous slide, this is, where is it? Yes, this is point A, which is high pressure region. This is point B, which is a low pressure region. Then this is point C, which is a high pressure region, and this is point D, which is again a low pressure region. So our aim was to create, see, we know that the pressure at this point is high, this is atmospheric pressure. So our aim is to create a low pressure here so that the water can move from this to this. Then our aim is to create a high pressure here so that the water can move from this point to this point, as this here the pressure is atmospheric pressure and here the pressure is very high compared to this atmospheric pressure. So our aim was to create these 2 points. First, this point a low pressure region and this point a high pressure region compared to here. So this is what a pump does. I think you are clear now. So this one was the last slide. Now let's continue the recap. So what is centrifugal pump? So what is a centrifugal pump? In a centrifugal pump, the mechanical energy is converted to hydraulic energy with the help of centrifugal action. So the centrifugal action or the rotating effect of the pump is what converts the mechanical energy to hydraulic energy. Hydraulic energy I think I haven't put the bracket and it's not written here pressure energy, but it's actually meant like that. Okay. And the principle of working of centrifugal pump is forced vortex that we have seen. Through the forced vortex, here a negative pressure was created and at here a high pressure was created. These two pressure points are created by the forced vortex principle. Okay. Now let's move to the definition of reciprocating pump. A reciprocating pump converts the mechanical energy into hydraulic energy by sucking the liquid into the cylinder in which a piston is reciprocating, which exerts the thrust on the liquid and increases its pressure energy. So what is the definition of a reciprocating pump? A reciprocating pump converts mechanical energy into hydraulic energy. So it's written what kind of hydraulic energy is pressure energy by sucking the liquid into the cylinder in which a piston is reciprocating, which exerts the thrust on the liquid and increases its pressure energy. So this definition may seem very weird, but once you understand the diagram of the reciprocating pump, it becomes very clear. Okay, so let's move to the diagram of reciprocating pump. So here in the diagram we can see there is a sump. So there is a sump. Sump we already know that. What is a sump? A sump, we say sump is a low reservoir which contains water, and from where we have to take the water and transfer to a higher reservoir here. So sump can be either a well or a pond or a river or any water body which is at a lower level. So from here the water is taken and through the suction pipe, so you can see the suction pipe, the water reaches. So this is a suction valve and this valve opens and this reaches the cylinder. Now the working I will explain in the next lecture. I am just explaining the parts. And here you have the cylinder. Here you have the cylinder, and this is a piston, and this is a piston rod, then this is connecting rod, and this is crank. Okay, and this is the delivery valve, and this is again a one-way valve, and water moves through this delivery pipe and it reaches the area of requirement, which is the higher reservoir. Okay, so once again in the diagram we have the sump. Sump is not a part of the reciprocating pump, but from sump we need to take the water, and this is a suction pipe and this is a suction valve, this is the cylinder, and this is the piston. This is the piston rod, this is the connecting rod, this is the crank, and this is the delivery valve, and this is again a one-way valve, this is the delivery pipe. Okay, so let's go back to the definition. A reciprocating converts mechanical energy into hydraulic energy. That a normal pump does. This is common to both centrifugal and reciprocating pump. Converts mechanical energy into hydraulic energy, which is which form of hydraulic energy? Pressure energy. Now by sucking the liquid into the cylinder, so we have a cylinder, so it's seen that the liquid is being sucked into the cylinder. Liquid is being sucked into the cylinder, and how it is being sucked, that we will learn in the next class. In which a piston is reciprocating. So in which a piston is reciprocating. Yes, this piston is moving to and fro. To and from motion is from left to right, then from again right to left. So this is a to and from motion. That is what it is written there. Which exerts the thrust on the liquid and increases its pressure energy. So this piston exerts thrust. So once the piston moves back and the fluid gets filled inside, the piston will move again to from right to left. So some force is exerted, like you see in a syringe when the medicine is being injected, some thrust is applied on the medicine inside that. Similarly, this piston will also exert some amount of force per unit area, which is called thrust, on the fluid, and that will help the fluid to move from this point to the higher reservoir. So that's what it is written. So a reciprocating pump converts mechanical energy to hydraulic energy. That is common for all the pumps. By sucking the liquid, yes, it is being sucked. How it is sucked into the cylinder? It is by the reciprocating movement, and then it exerts thrust on the liquid and increases its pressure energy so that the fluid reaches the area of requirement. Now the parts of reciprocating pump that we have learned. It has a suction pipe, it has a suction valve, it has a cylinder, it has a piston, it has a piston rod, it has a connecting rod, it has a crank, it has a delivery valve, which is again a one-way valve. Suction valve and delivery valve are one-way valve, and then we have a delivery pipe. So we will just go and have a short revision. So contents, so we started from module 4, reciprocating pump, then we had the contents, then pumps. What are pumps? Pumps are those hydraulic machines that convert mechanical energy to hydraulic energy. And what kind of hydraulic energy? It is pressure energy. Then I gave a general idea of the pump. A pump transfers water from a lower reservoir to a higher reservoir. Yes, we have seen that a pump always transfers water from that is why we use a pump, right? Then what is the property of water or any fluid? It moves from high pressure to low pressure. So to create that movement, we need to create various pressure points, right? So if we divide the flow of water into 4 major points, there is a high pressure point, then there is a low pressure point, so it flows from high pressure to low pressure. Then from again from that point to then to move from B to D, we need to create again a high pressure point, which is a C, and from C it will move to a low pressure point D. So high pressure to low pressure it has moved, then again to high pressure to low pressure it has moved. So this has to be created by a pump. Now in a centrifugal pump, what happens is we have a high pressure point, so we need to create a low pressure point here so that this can move from here to here. So the pump actually does that. It creates a low pressure point here, so water moves from here to here. Now it has to create, so it has to create again a high pressure point here so that it moves from high pressure to low pressure. So this is also done by this pump. It creates a high pressure point here, which is point this is A, this is B, this is C. I mean, according to the notations that we are given in the previous slide, this creates a high pressure point here, which is point C, and it reaches here, which is a low pressure point D. So a reciprocating pump converts mechanical energy to hydraulic energy. What form of energy? Pressure energy. What form of hydraulic energy? Pressure energy, by sucking the liquid into the cylinder in which a piston is reciprocating, which exerts thrust on the liquid and increases its pressure energy. Now last, the diagram of reciprocating pump. You have a sump, you have a suction pipe, you have suction valve, you have cylinder, you have piston, you have piston rod, you have connecting rod and crank, and you have a delivery valve, you have a delivery pipe. Okay, then we learned about the parts of reciprocating pump, which is suction pipe, suction valve, cylinder. Suction valve is a one-way valve, then piston, piston rod, connecting rod, crank, delivery valve and delivery pipe. So the next lecture will be on working of reciprocating pump. So thank you, and I'll be uploading that on Friday. Thank you so much.